Think your new VA should be fully trained in 2 weeks? That's a myth that's costing business owners thousands. Let's break down the real timeline for success. Today I want to talk about something that causes a lot of frustration for business owners who work with virtual assistants, the onboarding timeline. I thought they'd be handling everything by now. So let's get real about how long it actually takes for any new team member, virtual or otherwise, to become fully productive in your business. And why is ongoing support critical to their success? There's this persistent myth in the outsourcing world that when you hire a VA, they should be fully operational within a week or two. Let me be straight with you. That's not realistic for any new hire, whether they're sitting in your office or working remotely from the Philippines. Think about the last person you hired in your office. How long did it take them to truly understand your business, your clients, your systems, and your expectations? Be really honest here. According to research across multiple industries, the average time for a new employee to reach full productivity is between 5 to 8 months. Now that's in a traditional office setting with colleagues right next to them. Based on my experience with hundreds of virtual assistants, I estimate that it takes about 6 to 8 weeks for a VA to reach basic competency in your business. Now that's with proper training and support. During those first 8 weeks, they're learning your systems and your software, understanding your communication style, building relationships with your team, absorbing your business culture and your values, figuring out how to navigate client situations. The list goes on. This timeline is backed by real data. Companies like Accenture have found that even with their highly structured onboarding programs, the average time to full productivity was reduced from 4 months to 2.5 months, and that was considered a massive success. Now, you might be thinking, but what if I hire a VA with years of experience? Surely they'll get up to speed faster. Well, here's another myth that needs busting. Hiring a VA with 12 plus months of experience doesn't necessarily eliminate the onboarding period. Why? Because every property management company is different. Your processes, your software, your client expectations, and your team are dynamic and unique to you. Even if a VA has years of experience, they still need to learn your business. The skills transfer, but the context is brand new. In fact, sometimes experienced VAs take longer to adapt because they have to unlearn habits from previous roles that don't align with your system. This is the same for the times you hired an experienced role in-house and weren't happy that they just didn't get how we do it. Here's an example. We had a PM we hired and our business was strongly system and process driven, including using apps for inspections. Now, this PM refused to use the apps and insisted on writing them out by hand because this is how she knew how to do it. She had 20 years of experience but had to unlearn how her old office did things and relearn how our office did things. Even the most senior PM has to learn new processes at new companies. At Teams by Design, we do a lot to prepare your VA for success. We handle the initial training on property management fundamentals, communication skills, and general systems. But here's the crucial part. You still need to commit to regular training and check-ins to get the best results. This isn't just my opinion. Google's research on effective onboarding shows that just-in-time nudges, short timely reminders and guidance as employees perform tasks dramatically improve how quickly new hires will integrate with your team. Now, for your VA, this means weekly video calls to review work and answer any questions. You want to have clear documentation of your specific processes, and it's really important to have regular feedback on their performance. Be accessible and have accessible resources they can refer to when they're stuck. Studies from companies like Savvis found that implementing structured onboarding with regular check-ins reduced the time to productivity by 58%. Now, that is huge. One unique challenge for remote team members is building relationships. Companies like Ninjatropic have shown that relationship building is one of the biggest hurdles in remote onboarding. In an office, new employees build relationships through casual interactions, grabbing coffee, chatting before meetings, asking quick questions at someone's desk, water cooler talk. Your VA doesn't have these opportunities, which is why structured connection points are so important. Regular video calls don't just help with task clarity, they help your VA feel like a genuine part of the team. This relationship building directly impacts productivity. When your VA feels connected to you and your team, they're more comfortable asking questions, seeking clarification, and proactively suggesting improvements. Even after those initial 6 to 8 weeks, your VA will continue to grow and improve with ongoing support. At Teams by Design, we continue to support with your VA regular check-ins with our management team, ongoing training and skill development. We also do performance monitoring and give you feedback, and the VA feedback, technical support when needed, but your involvement remains crucial. The most successful client-VA relationships we see are those where the property management team commits to weekly one-on-one meetings, regular feedback and recognition, gradual expansion of responsibilities, and treating the VA as a genuine team member. If you're considering hiring a VA or have recently onboarded one, adjust your expectations around the timeline. Be prepared for a 6 to 8 week period of training for intensive learning before you start to see some full competence towards the task. Remember, this isn't a reflection on your VA's abilities or your training. It's really just the reality of human learning and integration into any new role. The good news: with proper support and patience during this initial period, you'll develop a VA who truly understands your business and becomes so invaluable to the business and your team. At Teams by Design, we're committed to supporting both you and your VA through this process. We provide the foundation, but your ongoing involvement creates the real magic. If you're ready to explore the best practices with your virtual team, let's talk at unbusychat.com, because when done right, these relationships can change everything for both you and your VA.